Hello, welcome you all, dear children. Today we are going to discuss our second chapter, Adaptations in Plants, Part 2. So let's get started. In the previous lesson, we have studied about the aquatic plants. Now we are going to discuss our next category, that is terrestrial plants. So what are terrestrial plants? Plants that grow on land are called terrestrial plants. So these terrestrial plants can grow in deserts, mountains and hills, plains, marshy areas, forest, coastal areas, etc. So the terrestrial plants are those plants which grow on land. So let's learn about all these types of plants and their adaptations one by one. So our first category is plants in deserts. Desert plants are also called xerophytes. They are adapted to grow in very hot and dry conditions. Examples of plants that grow in deserts are cacti, prickly pears and date palms. So here is one picture that is of terrestrial plants. See different types of terrestrial plants over here. You can see cactus and other many more plain areas. Okay. Then we have to discuss another category about the adaptations. The desert plants show the following adaptations. Point A, the stem of a cactus is thick and fleshy. This helps the plants to collect and store water which is required for photosynthesis. So in this way, the stem of a cactus plant is modified and it becomes thick and fleshy. That's why it's very helpful for the plants to collect and store water that is required for the photosynthesis process. Point B, the leaves of these plants are modified to spines. Spines protect the plants and reduce water loss. Through these spines, there would be very less amount of water can loss. Next point, that is C point. These plants also have long roots that grow deep into the ground. They help in absorbing groundwater. So see, here is one example of cactus tree, cactus plant, and there is one at the bottom. These are the types of cactus plants. The upper one is saguaro and the down one is barrel shaped. Now, there is another category that is plants on mountains and hills. What are plants on mountains and hills? The plants on mountains and hills are adapted to grow in very cold temperature. As we know, on the mountains there is very cold temperature. So, such type of plants have to modify and they have to adapted to grow in such a cold climate. So examples of such plants are pine, cedar, spruce and fir. And what are the adaptations which can be seen in these plants? The adaptations are, the trees are straight. Generally, you can see in the picture on the mountains, we have such type of plants. So the trees are straight, tall and cone shaped so that snow can easily slide off their branches. Secondly, their leaves have a waxy coating and are needle shaped, which helps the snow to slide off and prevents rotting of the plant. And third point, these plants have cones with seeds instead of flowers. In such plants, there are no flowers. Instead of flowers, they have cones with seeds. So next category is plants in plains. These plants are adapted to survive in varying climates of both hot and cold weather. As we know, on the plains, we also have hot weather in summer days and cold weather in winter season. So such type of plants have to adapt it to survive in varying climates. For example of such plants are the plains. The main examples are mango, banyan, and teak, which can grow in plains. Now we have to discuss the adaptations which are seen in these plants. First one, they have many branches with plenty of leaves and flowers. You can also see in surrounding in your plains, if you have a look on this mango tree, it has many branches and with plenty of leaves, many leaves and flowers. Next, B point is some trees shed their leaves in autumn, which grow back again during spring. Such trees are called deciduous trees. C point, some trees shed their leaves and grow new ones through the year. So such trees are called evergreen trees. See the example over here are the examples of plants in plains. So this is the figure of a banyan tree. And here is one important picture. You can really easily recognize it. This is a mango tree. So next category is plants in marshy areas. Marshy areas are places that have wet, clay and sticky soil with water covering their surface. In such areas, what would be the adaptations adapted by plants to survive there? So the following are the adaptations which can be seen in these plants. These are the plants growing in such areas develop roots that emerge out from the surface of the marsh. These roots actually help the plant to breathe. Hence, they are called breathing roots. This is the main functioning, main unique point of the marshy areas plants, that they have breathing roots. Most of the plants that grow in marshy areas are called mangroves. And some of main important examples are Avicennia and Rhizophora. See, here is the picture of mangrove plants, and you can also see the these roots that are called breathing roots on the surface of the marshy land. One another picture is of Rhizophora. One another picture of this Avicennia. So there is next category, plants in forests. Forests usually have warm climates and get a lot of rain throughout the year. So the plants that grow in forests grow tall with broad and abundant leaves. Abundant means many leaves, which can capture sunlight. And if there would be many leaves, they can easily capture sunlight. And that is essential for doing photosynthesis, for carrying out the process photosynthesis, which is very important for making food for the plants. So examples of such plants that grow in forest are redwood, mahogany, maple and oak. See, here is one picture of this oak tree, and the other one picture is of redwood. So these are the examples of plants in forests. Now the sixth one category is the plants in coastal areas. That is also an important one. Plants that grow in coastal areas usually grow tall and straight. They are adapted to survive in conditions of salty water and heavy rainfall. So one of the most important example of this category is coconut tree. See, there is so beautiful picture of coconut tree. You can easily recognize it. Such type of plants can be grown into coastal areas. So here we have discussed our second part of second chapter. We will soon meet in the next lesson. Thank you.